Legend has it, in the mystic land of Verdane, there was once a king so cruel and so evil that even the gods feared him. Since no prison could hold him, he was thrown alive into a crucible of molten iron. There his demonic spirit was captured in the form of a great Black Cauldron. For uncounted centuries, the Black Cauldron lay hidden, waiting, while evil men searched for it, knowing whoever possessed it would have the power to resurrect an army of deathless warriors, and with them, rule the world.
Tyler, since I don't know how to do it right, why don't you introduce us?
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the Postman Podcast. I'm Tyler. Somewhere over there is... Anybody can mention their name.
I'm Ken, hello.
Elijah, hello.
I'm Ken, hello.
And I'm Lewis. Hello again.
From the other side. And we are here to discuss whatever I would like to call this movie.
Hey.
Boring. That's what I would like to call it.
Hey.
Bored! Bored!
This movie was rough. I would fucking watch Cat in the Hat. This movie was tough.
What?
Wait, you liked it? Lewis, you liked this movie worse than Cat in the Hat?
What I'm saying is, like, I would watch the Cat in the Hat cartoon over this movie.
I can get behind that.
Ken?
This movie, I was really confused because at first I thought it was a movie about, like, making black bean soup. You know what I mean? Like, or ham bean soup or whatever it is.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, well, because the pig. I thought it was.
They were gonna
Kitchen.
cook the pig.
We bring you the Hell's Kitchen to the Black Cauldron.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what I thought the movie was about. I thought it was
The
about a
pig
kid
is
who loves
chewy!
the pig.
It's chewy!
Like, I don't even know, man. It was such a weird movie. Such a weird movie.
So,
Like, people didn't know what they wanted to do with it.
we watched The Black Cauldron. Ken, can you IMDb it?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Thank you.
A young boy and a group of misfit friends embark on a quest to find a dark magic item of ultimate power before a diabolical tyrant can.
The tyrant does nothing and he still finds it!
What do you mean the tyrant does nothing? The tyrant sends his dragons out after it. What are you talking about?
To follow them, and then then of course they're just like, well, what do we do with this Black Cauldron? I don't know. Let's sit on our ass for another hour.
All right, another question I have is, okay, did they try to take off, like, Lord of the Rings lore? Like that little...
No, these are books.
Like
These are books.
Oh, okay.
It's a series of books that they decided that they were like, we want to make all these books. Disney was like, and then they were like, no, we don't want to.
It's the first two books, mostly.
Oh. Yeah, it was a very confused, like, I honestly, like, I saw it in 4K, because I guess Disney remastered it or whatever, and, like, I read about it, and it's, wasn't it their first CGI movie?
No.
No?
It had CGI in the movie?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No.
There may have been some CGI in this movie, maybe?
This movie was known for its CGI. That's why it bombed. It cost like $40 million to make because of the CGI alone.
No, it bombed because they had to keep redoing it. And nobody wanted to make it.
So, like, This movie came out, what, in 1988? And apparently it wasn't released until 1998 on VHS.
1985. It was released, it just didn't do anything.
No, released in VHS is what I'm saying. Like, they didn't release it until VHS till, like, 1998. So, Elizabeth was really intrigued with this movie and kept telling me a lot of facts about this movie.
The film had received no video release. You are correct, due to its dark content.
Yeah.
Until '98, you are correct.
Yeah, it almost bankrupt Disney because it was a flop. I think it only made like 20-something million, and it cost $40 million to make.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Hang on.
How much did it cost, Ken?
I'm looking. Hang on. Budget 44 mil estimated. Gross worldwide 21.
Told ya.
And Lewis was correct. The movie is notable for being the first full-length Disney animated movie to incorporate computer graphics imaginary CGI in its animation. The CGI was utilized for a lot of the special effects, which included the bubbles, a boat, a floating orb of light, the cauldron, the realistic flames, I wouldn't call them realistic, near the end of the movie, and the boat of that Terran and his friends used to escape the castle.
Oh, Lewis again on fire. God. Ooh.
I'm going to thank Liz for that. Thanks, Liz.
I'm gonna buy. You know what, Elijah? I like to buy a vowel for 200.
Sure.
Fuck you, Lewis.
Why are you so salty?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Did you actually research, or were you given knowledge freely?
What do you mean? I ask for research all the time. I just talked to my wife about it. I'm like, yo, why was this movie even made? Why did this movie get remastered? What's the point of this movie? And I was like, did this movie even make any money? I mean, I
This movie fell in the dark times at Disney between everybody leaving to go to Don Bluth Studios. Between this and Fox and the Hound, this was the dark times for Disney.
I was reading an article somewhere just the other night, and this is as bad as it got for Disney. Like based on the stuff that happened, or like the movies that the few movies that immediately preceded it were not super well performing, and the few movies that immediately succeeded this movie were performed better, like significantly, insanely better in some cases, but this was the worst. This was quote unquote rock bottom for Disney.
To give you an example, Disney had been the #1 animated movie every time it opened. When the Black Cauldron opened, it lost to the Care Bears movie.
What?
Yeah, the Care Bears movie made more money than this.
Oh my god! So
at the opening weekend.
What made you choose this movie? Like, what made you decide on this being the movie?
Well, like Elijah did last year, I'm doing a themed, at least few months, of Ken movie picks. I want to explore some of the lesser known, poorer performing, stranger, weirder, less talked about Disney movies, and this one, by virtue of being a box office flop, and by being one of my earliest cinematic memories, I picked this one.
Oh, dude, I like that theme. It was just such a, like, I thought this movie had some sort of, like, I didn't want to feel like you were super old or anything like that, or say anything that, but like,
he is super old.
Well, it's something that, like, I feel like you would have seen in theaters. Like, maybe it just had some importance to you.
How was Gone with the Wind, Ken?
It was pretty great. Get off my lawn!
I'm not saying that Ken is, you know what I mean? I was just trying to be respectful. All right, now go, Mr. Line. Please explain.
What?
Well, no, like I said, like I said, I have like super duper mega ultra vague memories of, but like when I rewatched this movie, probably for the first time ever, or maybe not the first time ever, but for the first time in a long time, several, a decade ago now. It's a long time, not super long, but not super recently either. But the the scene, and this is the only thing that I really that I remembering was the like the shadow of the Gwythins across the the ground that, like, when they're chasing down the pig at the beginning of the movie. I was like, whoa, I remember that.
I recommend a documentary on Disney that's called Waking Sleeping Beauty. It's about the animation department during that time.
Oh.
And it's interesting, but you definitely get it's on Disney Plus, but you definitely know it's made by Disney because it puts a nice sprinkle on it, like a nice but the Disney Corporation still had faith in us.
Yeah, mostly because there was Roy, the third generation Disney. Roy
Yeah.
Disney. Well, I shouldn't say he's second generation. Roy was Walt's brother.
Yeah.
And but his son was also Roy, but they have different middle initials. Fought to keep the animation studio alive, and actually fought to. This was in that article that I read. Fought to get them like more staff. So instead of having a movie, they start putting out a movie every 2 years instead of a movie every 3 or 4. Which is one of those things that, like, cause like I only ever, I was alive, like I was born in '82, so like Black Cauldron was the first movie that would have come to theaters that I was alive for, because Fox and the Hound came out in '81. This came out in Black Cauldron came out in '85. Great Mouse Detective came out in '86, which was a shocking fast turnaround.
Yeah, they were working on these two on top of each other.
What was the Mouse Detective?
Oh, that one's good. Sherlock Holmes with a mouse.
Yeah, I might pick it later this year. Don't worry about it.
I really like Great Mouse Detective.
I think I've watched that one.
Yeah, it was that.
Vincent Price is in it. What?
Yeah, Vincent Price is the best part of that movie.
Yes, as established, I know exactly who that is.
Full stop.
He's Radigan. Come on.
You would know his. You would maybe know his voice if you heard it. You would maybe know him if you saw him. He was a like horror he was a vampire actor in the olden days. Like to the tune that he was like Hollywood legend royalty in the mid '80s when this came out. Or when I should say when they made The Great Mouse Detective.
He was the Steve Buscemi of his time.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Steve Buscemi.
But this is one of the few podcast movies that Thea actually watched with me, and
Did she like it?
Oh, her response was worse than mine. So she was like, "Why did Ken pick this movie?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Man, Ken, there's nothing but haters in here. Just me and you, buddy.
Yep.
We gotta stick together to the end.
Her response was, "That little furry guy is real annoying."
Oh. Schmeagle.
Munches and
He feels even.
There was a lot happening there.
Right,
go ahead, Lewis.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say he feels even more Smeagol-like in the book.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
The precious. The precious is lost.
Well, in the movie, he's this sort of like he's mostly a coward, and he's just there, like he's just this sniveling little doormat of a character who's like just self-pity and oh woe is me, and there's shades of that in the book. Don't get me wrong, but he's also like more cunning in the book. Like he's willing to negotiate. He's willing to, like try and play like instead of just, oh, woe is me, you should beat me up because I'm so terrible. He's like, well, I could go over to these other guys who are hunting the pig and tell them they'll give me food if you won't. Like, so he's willing to like I said, he's more cunning. He's smarter.
all about me.
He's less annoying in the book. He's more, I mean, he's still
Selfish.
kind of awful and selfish, but he's, like I said, he's more endearing. Or I shouldn't say he's got more going on. He's more interesting so far in the book. And like I said, I am 4 entire chapters in, but I know that he's actually one of Taryn's like stalwart companions. Like when nobody else goes with Taryn, Gurgi goes with Taryn through the books.
Ooh.
Thea's other response was, I thought we were after not letting this pig get captured, so what happened to the pig midway through the movie? And I was like, I don't know, I guess he's not important anymore.
What happened to the pig?
The pig stayed in the fairy world, went home. But the fact that it was so important for like half of this movie, and then like all of a sudden they're like, nah, forget it.
Yeah, because they kept the pig safe. You didn't need the pig anymore.
Okay.
You don't need pig.
I didn't need any of it. I didn't need it. Because the
Alright,
kid had one job, which was protect the pig and keep your eye on the pig. It's a pig. And then he's like, I'm going to leave the pig alone and look in the water for 10 minutes. And then he's like, oh no, where'd the pig go? And I'm like, you had one job. It's been 15 minutes.
You take your eyes off the
But you
pig
know,
for
like,
15 minutes, there's going to be trouble, man.
I know.
Pigs
That's why
are
I was
trouble.
like, it's a pig. And it's not on a leash.
Aren't pigs? Well, no, aren't pigs like? Don't they have like the intelligence of like a toddler or like an 8-year-old?
The pigs
They're
are really smart.
Yeah, they're smart, but it's still a wild animal. It's still gonna run away.
Yeah, but, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, and you're
It's not
also-
gonna
that's a
sit there while
child.
he's having a
Okay,
fantasy.
But he's a child, okay? He's a child.
Are you defending the movie, Lewis, that you watched for 10 minutes?
What I'm defending is the fact that it's not his fault that the pig ran away. He's a child. You're putting a lot of responsibility.
I'm
On
hanging
a
up
young
on this
boy.
conversation. I'm gonna continue to drink. You can keep ranting.
Are you telling me that's not a lot of responsibility for a kid? Like, you know.
Then why write the book that way? Then why make him the antagonist if we're not gonna be like, oh, he has to take responsibility for this fucking loss of this pig?
In the book, he does.
I'm assuming he does in the book. I'm just saying, going with what I know from the movie, which is him going to be like, oh shit, I lost the pig. And then the pig just becomes useless to the movie. And then I'm like, why did I care for the first half hour that this pig was here?
Because the pig is a MacGuffin.
I know the pig's a MacGuffin, but it's silly.
There's
for
your
an hour-
answer.
It's silly
The
for an
pig
hour
is a
and a half
MacGuffin.
movie. But it's stupid
It's
in
a
an hour and a half
MacGuffin.
kids movie. It's a fake. It's the fake thing that people want to get.
Yeah, the MacGuffin is the thing that everybody is after. Usually it's like the thing that we are chasing, and it's important at the beginning of the movie, and then at the end of the movie, and in the middle it doesn't matter.
The box and No Way
Gotcha.
Home.
I got you. Okay. All right. That's a cool word. I never even knew that existed.
You never can use the word MacGuffin?
I don't.
I feel like I've even explained the term MacGuffin to you before, Lewis.
Wow.
Tyler,
that's okay.
I want you to go back through all of our episodes and
Nah.
find.
I'll probably only listen to 35 minutes of it. You know what I mean? I only got 35 minutes of memory of the podcast that we've recorded.
That would surprise me either.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna. So I'll probably forget again. Thank you again.
Lewis is like a goldfish.
I might have early signs of Alzheimer's, is what it is, and you know.
Oh, you're just trying to make us all feel bad now. I just think that you just don't pay attention.
I just had bad memory.
All right. Okay, Lewis. So, Tyler, tell us why you like the movie.
Why did I like this movie? I sat here and I enjoyed it. I was like, you know, it definitely is old. I can tell it's an old movie.
Well, no shit.
Well, not just like the animation, but like the first song that comes on, it's got that like classic Disney chipper, silly, happy music. It's kind of just like goofy and funny. But what
I love.
I just-
love it.
I-
I knew it was old.
you're asking my opinion, I'm giving it.
I did.
I love it.
I'm letting you go.
So, I thought it was entertaining to me. Like, it held my attention. I watched more than 30 minutes of it.
I am happy that you watched more than 30 minutes of it. I'm shocked that you watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. It felt like a good adventure movie to me.
Okay.
I was
But you
like,
also like Lord of the
adventure.
Rings anyway, so there you go.
Well, that's the kind of thing that I felt with it. I was like, this is kind of Lord of the Ringsy, ish. Like,
If you
but I also was like, I wonder if this movie, how they gave the character, oh, I forgot his name already. Giggles. I'm just gonna call him Giggles.
Gurgi.
Gorgie. Yeah.
Gurgi.
I feel okay. I feel like I don't know. Was there a Smeagol in the old Lord of the Rings movies, Ken? The animated ones?
yeah, there's
Yeah.
Gollum in the old in the Hobbit. Yeah.
Did he sound like that?
And in the- Did he sound like what?
Gorgie.
No.
Gorgi.
So I wonder if like Andy Sedaris, that's who voiced Giggles, Golem, right?
Yes.
I wonder if he saw this movie and was like, "That's the voice I need to make."
Oh my goodness. That's a great observation.
Wow.
But it was, it held my attention. I thought it was fun, entertaining. I dislike most of the like goofy, silly Disney music that comes on because, well, because I'm older now. Like I get like I've been desensitized to all that. So like the new stuff, new
You hit
types
joy,
of
I
music.
get it.
Yeah. But I enjoyed that.
Well,
The
good.
story was easy to follow.
Well, God, I hope so. It's an 80-minute movie.
You didn't have to like. I didn't have to wonder like what was going on at any point in time.
I didn't wonder what was going on.
Ken,
Yes.
tell us why you like this movie. Or
Yeah, we
I guess
did.
we're getting kind of close into Robot Punch
Yeah,
territory
I was about to say, now
huh?
we're getting into that. I just wanted to... I can rant. It's just me ranting.
What?
So,
Really, Elijah? You can rant?
Well,
I
I
can.
should
Are
never
you
rant.
sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You
But
haven't been
ask-
ranting for the last 20 minutes, have you?
No,
He
shocking.
rants. He loves the rants. He rants all the damn time.
But I'll give you my review of
That
something
was-
that's good.
that was my-
This beer that I bought that Tyler didn't taste orange, I taste orange. I taste the orange and the honey. So, just let
okay.
everybody know, as a review from last week,
Okay.
the beer, I could taste the orange and the honey.
It's awesome. I'm happy for you, buddy.
There you go.
I feel like these are all such inside jokes.
Were you not at the podcast last week?
What's it? What was last week's movie, Lewis?
Last week's movie, I'm pretty sure we were talking about cats.
Good try.
It wasn't cats.
It was not cats.
You guys did nothing but sit around and quote that movie for 45 minutes.
can't
Like I
believe you
said-
forgot.
Like I said, 35 minutes. You know what I mean? It's all random.
Oh shit. Oh lord. Any points you want to hit, Ken?
No, I'm good. Let's just robot punch this so you can stop ranting.
I was done ranting.
Robot punch
Good.
time.
Robot punch time.
Robot punch time. Who wants to go?
I have music. You don't have to.
But I want to make music. Why are you ruining my musical dreams, Tyler?
Because you suck at musical dreams. Look, you know, the best thing to do for sometimes your friends is to tell them they suck at something.
Is that like a moral of the movie or just one of your songs?
Like, I think it's just like looking out for your
The
friend.
moral of the Black Cauldron.
Your friend sucks at something, and you know, like, you want them to succeed, but they're just not gonna.
Man,
And-
Gergie,
and
I
you
want
want
you
them
to
to
succeed,
find-
but damn.
But you want them to find something else, you know, because maybe they'll be good at something else and they'll succeed at that, instead of, you know, finding out the hard way. What a good friend does.
Are we still talking about the water boy?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still talking about the water boy, Lewis.
Absolutely, Lewis. Absolutely. All right. I'll give it a 1. There you go.
You want me to go next,
Sure.
Yeah, what? Go next, Lewis.
or do you guys want to go next?
We'll save
Lewis,
the best
go
for
next.
last.
Okay. I gave this movie a 1 as well. I thought the CGI was kind of cool. I thought that
You wouldn't have watched any of it. You saw the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
there was
didn't
still
see
CGI
any
in the
of
first
it.
30 minutes. There was definitely CGI in the first minute. I got to see the Dark King or whatever he was. You know, the guy that was
Horned
under the
King?
smoke.
He wasn't
whatever he was.
CGI.
I know he wasn't, but what I'm saying is I saw him. So before that, there was definitely some CGI in the beginning, especially
I
when they
quit.
did the clouds and the storms. And then I thought, when I first was watching this, I was like, well, this movie's got to be worth something if they redid it in 4K. And then watched what I could, and I was like, all right, I'm done with this movie. Reminds me of like a knockoff version of Lord of the Rings.
All right. Well, I'll give it a rating, Ken. I'll save your rating for last.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3. You know, I think because of the age of it, like, it wasn't like, you know, high up there on my list, but I definitely enjoyed it. Something I'd be like, hey, nephews and nieces, you know, maybe in a couple years my nephews would want to watch it. I don't know if it would scare them at their age now. But my niece would definitely watch it and probably like it. So I'll give it a 3. Thought it was entertaining. That was good.
Cool.
What you got, Ken?
I think this movie is a 2.5.
I'm very
I-
confused.
What? Why are you very confused?
I thought you liked it.
I do like it's fine, but it's not perfect. I can like things, and you know, acknowledge that they are not perfect and acknowledge that they have flaws.
I guess 2.5 is our midway point, so you're fine.
Right.
Usually,
You seeing the glass half full instead of half empty.
But yeah, like you know, to Elijah's point, you know, I think there are some things in this movie that could have gone to the cutting room floor. You know, especially the Bard character. I'm like, what good has he been this whole movie?
0. He's good at nothing.
Yeah, until the very end when he's like,
except
no,
when he,
we bargain. We don't just give things away.
yeah. Except when he's like all except when he's like stuck in the big-breasted witches. That entire scene just need to go.
But like I said, I think this movie is interesting. From a tone perspective, like it is absolutely darker and scarier than anything else Disney has ever done. At least from an animation, I should say, in an animated feature kind of way. And I don't think that's bad. I think it's just different. I think it's, like I said, it's worth. I think that's interesting. I think there's some value in, like I said, in the fact that it is darker and scarier and different in that way. But also, like, it's also still like to sort of Tyler's, or not to sort of Tyler's point, but to sort of bounce off of one of Tyler's points about the music. Like, it's also still trying to do like cutesy, saccharine, bright, shiny, sunny, happy Disney things, and so you get there are a couple spots where you get tone whiplash, where you go from these, children barely escaping the dungeon with their lives to going to, being talked to by fairy people and the cute little fairy girl who can't say her R's right. It's like, what? This is,
come on,
hang on,
man.
what? And like I said, I don't have a problem with these characters necessarily, but it's tone whiplash. Like we're just switching gears really quick.
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't
15,
like the.
It's like 15 characters that you're trying to lump into one movie, and I'm like, I just don't care. So you just stop caring about all of them, and then I'm like, I just don't care.
Elijah, you already gave it a 1. We get it.
I know. But I'm
I
just
didn't
saying
like
that
the
you're
kids,
also
the fairy kids.
Sorry.
Like, I'm with Ken on that one. That was kind of like, that kind of took away from the Fae experience.
What's has anybody played the new Elden Ring or whatever game is that like the internet is losing their mind about?
I was gonna say I hear nothing but good things about it, but no, I haven't played it. I'm not a. I keep dragging my feet over FromSoft games. I feel like I really should give Bloodborne a shot because I have it on my PS4. It was a PlayStation Plus game a year and a half ago or whenever it was. And I really should give it a shot, but I just can't bring myself to commit to what is potentially something that I'm going to find frustratingly difficult and just be like, nope, this isn't for me, and bounce.
That's kind of my problem with games like that. Like, it's a Souls-like game, and I don't play games to play them to be difficult. Like, if I buy a single-person game, I want to sit back, enjoy it. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn, narrative. I even go to easy with the narrative, because I like to get into shit. And usually in those games, you get into shit, it ends in death.
Yeah.
Yes, I have played Kingdom Hearts 2 again.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
Where'd
a
that
joke.
come?
About Elden Ring. It was just a joke. I was just like, yes, I have. I wanted just to make it sound like I did play it, but then I played something else. It fell
okay.
flat. So there you go.
Yep.
No, I like that. I mean,
Elijah,
I've
as
been told by-
a friend, like I told Lewis, I feel like you probably shouldn't go into comedy. I don't want you to get up there. I don't want people to make you feel disappointed.
Well, then I guess I should stop talking on this podcast. Here you go. Have fun.
I'm here for you. I support you. You're allowed to talk. You can read the book. Elijah?
Elijah's being salty today.
All right.
What?
Well, go
Check
to
out
our website.
www.thepostermanpodcast.com. Send us an email to thepostermanpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter @thepostermanpod. Check us out on Instagram @thepostermanpodcast. Find us on Facebook @thepostermanpodcast. Find us on YouTube, search The Posterman Podcast. Find us on Letterboxd, The Posterman Pod. Check us out on Instagram and all those other things I just said. It'll be a good time.
The best of times. It was the goodest of times. It was the bestest of times.
The bestest of times.
It was the favoriteest of times. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Night.
That's not how we ended, Tyler.
Okay, then. Okay, you know what? We'll end it how we normally end it. Lewis, say something crazy, and then we all scream and yell.
If you brush your teeth a lot, you won't get cavities.
Good tip.